Here we are with part 2 of comparing The Good and the Beautiful to Christian Light Education. This is going to be comparing first grade math. You can go back and look at my other video if you want to see the comparison of the reading. So again, with The Good and the Beautiful, this is the only book you're going to need all year long. Everything that you teach or say to your child is right here within the book, the same book that they're doing the work. So like you could be sitting right next to your child, reading your little script, teaching them while they're doing the work inside. Versus with Christian Light Education, you get a separate teacher's guide, and actually you get 2 teacher's guides. Look how thick this is just for me teaching. This is no work being done by my kid at all. This is all my scripts, everything that I say to my child, how I teach them. And then their workbooks, because they're not doing the work in my teacher's guide, they have separate light units and they get 10 of these. So 10 of these booklets throughout the whole year. I purposely flipped through and found very similar lessons here, or somewhat similar. So here with The Good and the Beautiful, you can see lesson 16, Pennies, Nickels, and Dimes, part 1. This is a little review box. This text here is you teaching. So you have a little teaching part here and a little teaching part here. You get a little bit of practice here, 4 activities here. Then we get into review. So this is a spiral-based curriculum. They're going to be reviewing previous topics. So it looks like they're getting handwriting practice here, writing their numbers, a little spatial awareness, recreating images type thing, a little bit of addition practice, only adding on with 3, and then some time practice. And then that is it. Is the next day's lesson. So this is it. So again, this is good if your kid needs these short, quick lessons and can actually retain something from it. Christian Light Education's math lessons, kind of like the reading lessons that I showed you, can be a little overwhelming. Okay, so the first thing we have is our little review. It'll tell you things that you need to prepare. They do a little quick review enrichment activity. This is just us talking to each other. She's not writing anything. Again, it's showing me in my teacher's guide what her workbook looks like. So this is the lesson that she and I did today. This is that review piece. We're counting our money. She had to add on some stuff. We have 2 new addition facts that we're focusing on for the day that go along with our flashcards. There's a whole flashcard set that comes with this. We learned some new vocabulary words today, horizontal versus vertical. This was a listening activity where I would read out the amount of money and she would have to write it. So it's seeing, which she needs another 0 there, but we were practicing seeing if she remembered where to put the decimal point. We get into some addition and subtraction practice. These are facts that we were focusing on the last couple days. We have our story problem. Every day we have a story problem. She has to set the problem up herself. We have our adding with regrouping, so carrying that 1. We have our measurement piece. This is every day. We're reviewing these other pieces. More addition and subtraction practice. This curriculum is huge on really drilling in the addition and subtraction facts, making sure they have them memorized before they move on to bigger numbers. Adding 3 digits in a row. Fractions practice. Again, this is all stuff that we've already learned, so she's just getting the review. More money practice, more addition and subtraction practice, and then there's like a little just for fun piece. And that is the full lesson. So she's getting 1, 2, 3 pages. Sometimes it even goes to 4 pages. In addition to the flashcard review that we do together, there's a little separate counting book that we do together. And then I'll show you in the teacher's guide. I just flipped to a random lesson here, but this is what I say to my child and then she responds, and then whatever the new concept is for the day, like understanding the concept of thirds and identifying thirds, like you could read this as a script, but it's really good for me to read as the parent just to kind of reteach myself these things. Here, like understanding the concept of weight. Like it's not just a script, but it actually wants you and your child to understand the concept, not just telling them that we're measuring in pounds, but like what does that mean exactly? When we started learning about the quarter, this entire box is just talking about the quarter, like little things you could ask about, like, what does the quarter feel like? Like we could build little stacks, make towers, like make it fun. I know this doesn't look exciting when you compare it to this, but it's just so good. Don't judge a book by its cover. But okay, I know that was a lot. Like I'm literally sweating right now from doing all of this. And this is not to try to convince you, one way or the other. I purposely hold on to my Good and the Beautiful curriculum. Even though it didn't work for us, like when I do my homeschool evaluations with families who need something short, their kids have small attention spans, or maybe the parent is just overwhelmed, I will recommend the Good and the Beautiful. Like that's why I keep it. I pull it out, I show it to them, but I always want to give kind of like that forewarning. If you're looking for something that really dives deep, that really goes in depth, one that like your kid's really going to retain the stuff. I mean, a lot of people use it and it works great and their kids retain everything. Just for us, it just bounced around way too much and it just wasn't thorough enough. I will tell you too that after doing a full year of The Good and the Beautiful, you saw the kindergarten language arts and reading workbook and then the math workbook. We actually had to go back an entire grade level and do an entire grade level of math over again for my daughter because there were so many gaps. And she did well with the Good and the Beautiful math curriculum in kindergarten. She did well on all of her quizzes, on all of her tests, but it just goes to show I don't think it was organized enough to really make sure she was hitting all of the standards and there weren't any gaps or anything like that, because when we switched to this curriculum with Christian-led education, I realized how much she didn't know. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Sorry, I know that was a lot.